The finest silks, the finest thread, the beauty of Nirn woven into a robe.
I heard an interesting story the other day.
Not another of your stories.
The wood elves deep in the forest say there's a being called the Wilder King who shapes Valenwood.
Sounds like a load of superstition to me.
Interesting story the other day.
Not another of your stories.
The wood elves deep in the forest say there's a being called the Wilder King who shapes Valenwood.
Sounds like a load of superstition to me.
The finest...
The other day.
Not another of your stories.
The wood elves deep in the forest say there's a being called the Wilder King who shapes Valenwood.
Sounds like a load of superstition to me.
Interesting story the other day.
Not another of your stories.
The wood elves deep in the forest say there's a being called the Wilder King who shapes Valenwood.
Sounds like a load of superstition to me.
Hail, chosen of the Queen. We have been expecting you. Queen Irene sent a missive detailing your arrival and orders. You are here to secure the staff of Magnus. Safe in our vault below the city. We have guarded it day and night. When you are ready, I shall show you into the vault. If you would follow me. As you can see, our artisans have built some small amount of civilization amidst this barbaric wilderness. Marbrook will soon be a jewel of the Dominion in this backwood territory. As one would expect, we have encountered scattered protests, nonsense about protecting the trees. The local Bosmer are disorganized and flighty. Such outbursts usually fizzle out of their own accord. Ah, the Mages Guild. If you would follow me inside. Behold, the Mages Guild. The paint is still fresh, a marvelous addition to the city. Work remains, of course, but one does what one must on the fringes of the Dominion. The vault is below. Follow me. This vault holds many rare plants that no longer exist in the Somerset Isles. Do take a closer look. I am no scholar of botany, but I know something about our specimens. We found these in a Valenwood cave, of all places. Alchemists pay a dear price for this plant. It will be the jewel of the royal gardens. We've been trying to transplant this unusual variety of redwort plant into Somerset for some time. Crimson Nernroot. We thought it was a gnawed tall tale. Valenwood soil is not surprisingly very fertile. These specimens are bound for the royal gardens. This room holds Ayleid relics uncovered across Valenwood. Interesting, aren't they? We've removed any dormant traps that we know of, so feel free to examine them more closely. I will answer any questions you have about them. The tree gifts. We're not actually sure what it does. This helm is actually from our own collection, but one of our Bosmer allies stole it, and then returned it in exchange for a song. Scholars believe this relic was broken into pieces when it fell from the heavens. They believe there may be others in Hectorheim, the legendary center of the Valenwood. Our ancestors have left traces of their civilization across Tamriel. If we follow Queen Irene, our empire will one day rival theirs. Behold, the staff of Magnus. What happened? Where is it? By the shining trees of Aldmeris! We have been burgled! But how? I know not. We have guarded the vault day and night. I placed the staff myself. No, the vault is off limits to all, but wait. Vicereeve Palador recently toured the vault. The Queen's business, or so he stated. The staff was present before his visit, but I did not check after he left. Unthinkable. Yet, what other conclusion can we draw? Such illusionary magic is beyond the ken of a common thief. To the surface, I must question the watch. None have entered the vault save you and the Vicereeve. I have confirmed it. He departed into the wilderness. He said he had orders from the Queen to bring Naaman's body. He did not return. He was always foolishly devoted to the prince. I pray nothing has happened to the prince's body, too. The Staff of Magnus is an extremely powerful object. There's no telling what wickedness he could achieve if he desired it. Rest assured he would not have accessed the vault if we'd had any suspicion of his loyalty. Someone must inform the Queen.
Chosen of Marbrook, your queen has arrived. Bear witness to the glory of Queen Irene, hope of the Dominion.
Honor and praise, my friend. Do you have the Staff of Magnus? Paladil? Then it's true. He's betrayed us. My brother's body didn't make it to Marbrook either. I knew he loved Naaman dearly, but I didn't think he'd stoop to this. I will once again require your aid.
These wood elves and their forest spirits. Thou claws are they strange.
It is good to see you, my friend. Greenshade is far more exciting place than Raz expected. He hears now that the Staff of Magnus has been stolen, as if these rebellious Bosmer were not trouble enough. Not yet, but it is possible. The elves in this part of the Valenwood do not follow King Camoran. They claim to be subjects of the Wilder King, some forest spirit no one has ever seen. They mock the Dominion and call Queen Irene an enemy. We do not know. The Battle Reeves sent a soldier, Hazazi, to negotiate with the Bramblebreach clan, but he has made no progress. Now Raz needs to hunt for the Staff of Magnus, so he asks you, will you find Hazazi and sort this out? The Bramblebridge village is just south of Marbrook. Hazazi is there. He likes to complain, but he's a good soldier. He just needs someone with a more sophisticated negotiation style. And by the time you get back, Raz will have a lead on the staff. This one does not understand Bosmer clan politics, but as Raz hears it, the clans of this part of Valenwood have always been wild. Some even sided against King Camoran in the Blacksap Rebellion. Greenshade is the heart of Valenwood. It is very dangerous and very mysterious, and these Bosmer understand it like no others do. Raz would not be deterred, but even Camoran's Vindusk Rangers avoid traveling in this part of the forest. As always, Raz serves the Queen. She wanted to know if the Bosmer here are as scary as they sound. With the Staff of Magnus stolen, though, Raz must make that his priority. This one knows you can handle the Bramble Breach as well as he could. The obvious answer is probably the right one. Peladil. That toad fulfilled Naaman's every wish. Why should that change just because the prince is dead? Raz knew the Veiled Heritance was a disease not so easily excised. If Peladil has taken the staff, we need to find him and discover what he plans to do with it. The staff is powerful and dangerous. All of the Dominion is at risk if we cannot find it. This one does not understand Bosmer clan politics, but as Raz hears it, the clans of this part of Valenwood have always been wild. Some even sided against King Camoran in the Blacksap Rebellion. Greenshade is the heart of Valenwood. It is very dangerous and very mysterious, and these Bosmer understand it like no others do. Raz would not be deterred, but even Camoran's Vindusk Rangers avoid traveling in this part of the forest.
We've got almost everything.
What do you want? Well?
Dark moons. These crazy Bosmer make no sense. Hazazi comes to negotiate on behalf of Queen Irene, to hear their grievances, and all they do is dance and jest. Hazazi has only been here a short while, and already he hates this village. What negotiations? These dungy elves don't want talk. They say they only answer to the Wilder King. Who is this? Who knows? They'd rather pull Hazazi's tail than give him a straight answer. It's not fair. Hazazi always gets the worst assignments. Hazazi likes this idea. If you can just get the Bramble Breach to make sense, this one will be impressed. Hazazi thinks it's a wild guar chase, but if you want to try, speak with their tree thane. May you have better luck than Hazazi.
I didn't think I was being disrespectful.
First hold, so much death. I hear the place still smells of fire and death.
Another tourist. Rare to have so many visitors in this part of the Valenwood, didn't you hear? It's much safer behind the shiny new walls of Marbrook. Even King Camoran hesitates to venture into the court of the Wilder King. Negotiate? About what? Oh, I know. You want us to bow to your queen and swear allegiance to your what's-it's-called? Aldermary Dominion. Huh. Problem is that our allegiance is to the Wilder King, and he doesn't seem to care for your dominion. Ha! Sure. Let me just pull him from my satchel. You people don't understand. The Wilder King manages the entire forest. He doesn't have time for idle talk. Why do you think so many people doubt his existence? Not in person, but I don't doubt the Wilder King exists. He speaks to me in the babbling brooks and the wind in the trees. Other Bosmer petition him for an audience, but I don't need to. He already tells me everything I need to know. I could tell you, but how do I know you're trustworthy? You ask us to share your enemies, but will you share ours? The wood orcs are a plague we can't seem to be rid of. If you help us drive them off, I'll tell you what you want to know. Lurchers. Take seeds from the shimmering tree in the village and plant them in the orcs' camp. In a few minutes, they'll sprout out with a vengeance. The orc chieftain won't surrender so easily, though. Just kill him. Leave the rest to the lurchers. Don't bother coming back here until you've run off the orcs. I've got important business to attend to. Huh. Well, if you plant them in some peat, they sprout into a flower, and then after some time, the flower grows into a lurcher. If you want more than that, you can ask the Wilder King himself, when you get that audience. Huh. They're gifts from the Wilder King, embodiments of the raw energy of the forest. They protect the village. They're not so smart. We can't lead them against the orcs, but if they sprout straight into the orcs' camp, they'll know what to do.
Can you believe that tree thane? Was the tree thane as rude to you as she was to me? All I asked was how one might get an audience with the Wilder King, but the way she reacted, you would have thought I was trying to slaughter her children. Did she treat you any differently? She did? That's funny, because Under and I offered to drive the orcs away and she turned us down. I don't know, I'm beginning to suspect this is some elaborate Bosma trick and the whole village is laughing at us when we're not looking. I didn't say that. There is definitely a distinctive magical force in this part of Valenwood, but I fail to understand by what logic the Tree Thane decides who gets an audience with the Wilder King and who gets turned away. Oh, I'm Aranias. Maybe you've read my book, Spriggans in the Green, Story and Myth in Primitive Bosma Society? Probably not, I guess. Anyhow, Under and I came in a scholarly pursuit to see if this Wilder King is really as powerful as they say. We'll just have to venture deeper into the forest on our own. We'll probably get lost and suffer a slow and painful death, but that's the risk we have to take. If you're going after the wood orcs, though, I know something that might make it easier. If you want, you can take the essence from the calliope tree and rub it all over your body to cloak yourself in a haze of forest moths. The wood orcs won't even see you. Oh, one more thing. Under scouted out the orcs' camp pretty extensively. He might have some useful observations if you ask. Good luck with the wood orcs and that tricky tree thane. Maybe we'll meet again when we find the Wilder King. There seem to be a lot more rumors than any real facts. Some say he's a man, others say he's a spirit, an embodiment of the forest. What I find most fascinating, though, is the rumor that he actually shapes the entire forest. That's just incredible. Me? I was born and raised in the Somerset Isles on a rather small island known as Silitar. It's a pretty secluded place. Growing up there was what first sparked my interest in studying nature magic. But well, it was very lonely. Of course not. He's mainly here, acting as my guardian. They warned us that this place was dangerous, and if the Wilder King is really as unpredictable as people say, well, never hurts to be prepared.
I spent several hours watching the wood orcs and evaluating their weaknesses. As a whole, their strength is in numbers. As long as you don't take on the entire camp, you should be fine. The chieftain's the one you have to watch out for. By the look of his scars, he's seen his share of battle, and he knows how to take a beating. Don't expect him to go down quickly. There's a shaman who's never far from his side as well. I'd focus on killing the shaman first. Good luck.
fight? Good. Give me your hand.
My scouts came back singing your praises. They said the Wood Orcs broke quickly after you killed Chieftain Thragdosh and unleashed the Guardians. I wasn't exactly expecting you to succeed. Seems there's more to you than meets the eye. And you're worried I won't hold up my end of the bargain? No, I keep my promises. You got rid of those parasitic orcs. You've earned the right to petition the Wilder King for an audience. I hope I haven't given you a sense of false hope, though. Bosma around here petition the Wilder King for an audience all the time, and he rarely responds. More than likely, you're simply wasting your time. Suit yourself. Just south of my home, you'll find the petitioning stone. Just touch it. Probably nothing will happen. If he wants to speak with you, though, he'll appear when you touch that stone. I never said it was complicated. Besides, by scaring off those wood orcs, you just might have improved your chances. The Wilder King sees these things, you know. All right, run along now, and may the forest part to reveal your path.
Welcome to my court, outsider. Since you entered my domain, I have watched your actions with keen interest. You have been generous with my people and more patient than I expected. But I still cannot gather one thing. Why have you come? Again, not what I expected. I think I've heard of this Old Merry Dominion, but I don't see how inclusion in this group would appeal to me or to the people in my domain. Aligning with you would only alienate us from others. Interesting. You think we have common enemies? My only enemies are those who would seek to harm Valenwood. Let us test your theory, though. Show me one of these enemies of whom you speak, so I might better understand. Use the other stone pillar, the one on the platform behind us. Touch that stone pillar and an apparition will appear. One of your enemies, as you say. Fight this enemy so that I might see its true nature.
Strike us down, and the male inheritance will always rise again.
Hazazi calls this madness.
I sense the darkness in the heart of the one you fought, but he has already been defeated, has he not? And those like him, they may not all share his darkness. You should have me call these people enemies, though. The Veiled Heritance. Yes, I am familiar with this distinction as well. There is one among this group who has come to Valenwood to see me, and I find her curious. Very curious. I'm not inclined to consider her an enemy. She is one who has been blessed with fascinating gifts. Gifts I cannot afford to ignore. You would know her identity, though. I was able to capture one of her memories. Touch the petition stone again, and I will share it with you.
We have much need of someone like you, Aranias.
Yes, young one. We have a problem in the Valenwood that will require your talents specifically.
I would be honored to help however I can.
An opportunity has arisen to strike a devastating blow to the Dominion, to divide the Bosma.
The Bosma in Greenshade claim allegiance not to King Camoran, but to a man they call the Wilder King.
Killing this Wilder King will drive the Bosma mad. He is very elusive, though, so I will need your help to find him.
You realize we are entrusting you with an important task, I hope, my dear.
Of course, Lady Estria, you can count on me.
As you've just seen, the young girl Aranias is associated with the Veiled Heritance. Until I know more about her, I hesitate to call her an enemy. I will have more insight soon, though. Even now, Aranias is on her way to my throne. So she believes, but there may be a greater truth to her purpose here. You may not like this, but I sense the same is true of you. Like the branches of a grat oak, I believe that Aranias' destiny, my destiny, and your destiny are all intertwined. I cannot yet see how these events will play out, but I do know that like Aranias, you must come deeper into the forest. You must eventually come to my throne, but not yet. Each of us is a strand to be spun into the story of Valenwood. You should seek out the spinner, Marrowan. He can tell us how this story began and where it should end. Yes, traveling through Valenwood is a funny thing. It may take them many days to find the path to my throne. You have all the time you need. Find the spinner's cottage and speak to Morrowind. Safe journeys, my friend.
Dancing elves, forest spirit kings. These people are pulling on the tail in more ways than one. You can stay if you want to, but Azazi thinks it is time for him to return to Marbrook.
I was beginning to think you wouldn't make it. I've already begun Aranias' story. Yes, of course. I have been waiting for you for some time. The story needs you to play a part in the present and in the past. You certainly took your time about things. Not your fault, I understand, not your fault. We may yet get this right. Inside the story, you must also enter the story in order to help her. Aranias wants to see the Wilder King. I'm his gatekeeper. To see him, you ask me nicely, and then I tell you a story. A story that you take part in. Yes, the story is one from her own past, but she's convinced that she's living through these events for the first time. You'll play the part of the close friend she never had, someone she can trust, who can change the person Aranias becomes. Ask nicely. Of course. Now, sit down by the fireplace. Imagine there's a nice warm fire burning there, and I'll set the scene. Have a seat by the fire and let me know when you're ready to hear the story. Remember, ask nicely. Imagine the flames are the waves of a vast ocean. Cold waves on a clear blue ocean off the coast of Somerset. Now picture an island. Trees around the island shimmer in the sunlight. Each gently cresting ocean wave sparkles. Many stones, roots, and flowers on the island were shaped by magicka. Only 2 living Altmer possess such power. One of those 2 Altmer stands outside the manor on this island. Her island. Go to her. Become her friend. The island of Silitar.
I'm so glad you could come. My parents will be back tonight, and I was afraid I'd have to face them alone again. That's why I asked you to come early. I'm not sure what will happen either. Before they get back, I want to be carefree. We can visit some of our favorite places together. They were afraid, like everyone else. After I raised up the land under the sea and smashed that ship, even though nobody got hurt, they said my magic was too dangerous. You're the only one who isn't afraid of me. You're not afraid, right? You don't know what this means to me. Now, what will we do first? I know, let's race to the lighthouse like we did when we were little. Bet you still can't catch me.
Watch your step!
Don't trip! Oops. Are my vines getting in your way? Not bad. You're pretty fast. Maybe. You know, I've always had a special connection to the land. Sometimes things happen and I don't even think about it. It just happens. I'm sorry, it just happened. Wait, something's wrong. Can you feel that? The land's in pain, burning hot. Look, the farm's burning! Over the rise. Wait. Too many footsteps, and it's too early for my parents' return. Boots. Boots. There are invaders on Silitar. We have to stop them. Show them. No one attacks my island. What have they done to my farm? Why would they do this? Animals! Does it matter? I'm tired of this. Everyone wants to hurt me or use me, and it stops now. Where were you when my parents tested me? Where were you when I needed you most? You left me. Why are you even here? Do you want something from me too? I'm sorry. After my parents left, I felt so alone. I couldn't find you. People kept coming. They'd attack, hound me, want me to show them what I can do, like I was a circus animal or some kind of pet. I shouldn't take it out on you. No, it's not your fault. Thanks to you, these bastards didn't get very far. They could have destroyed everything. It's getting late. We need to clean up before my parents return. Meet me at the manor later.
Come, I must speak with you once more. In her tale, Aranias was volatile, and she swung between anger, shame, and hope. Feared by her own parents because of her abilities, she faced the bandits alone. This made her bitter and hardened against others, vulnerable to outside influences. You will soon see it for yourself. But first, you should view another scene from Aranias' past. She was a bit younger and excited about her newly found skills. Are you ready? Of course not. For her, it hasn't happened yet. Remember, I put you into her past to help her when she's at her most vulnerable. She lashed out at you just now because she can't fight against her parents. She trusts you. That's what's important.
clothes all wet.
Mother, what do you think of this tree? How about this island you're standing on?
The ground is soaked. I'll need new shoes now.
I made it.
What? You made the ground soggy?
The island. I made this little island.
What? Ara, what do you mean you made it?
These trees, those rocks, none of this was here yesterday. The ground is wet because I used my magic to pull it up from under the water.
Oh, Ara, what have you done?
Gifted with a rare and powerful ability, Aranias tried in vain to win her parents' affection. So much happened next, but I especially draw your attention to two particular events. One scene is atop the lighthouse, the other in the Manor's Great Hall. They will help you understand more about our troubled Altmer, I hope. No, the greatest challenge comes next, and Aranias needs you. Her parents returned after the attack on the farm, and brought with them the people they considered their daughter's only hope, the Veiled Heritance. She should not face this alone. Getting changed at the manor. You should do the same after you watch those scenes. You'll find a change of clothes in the guest bedroom off the Great Hall. Then, go to Aranias in the garden.
I'm sorry.
You're lucky they're alive. How many more ships will you sink?
It was an accident.
Accidents are spilling water, dropping glass. You lifted a ship out of the ocean with a wall of rock.
I didn't mean to. I'm sorry.
Your mother and I will discuss your punishment. Go.
Your father and I leave for Somerset in the morning.
I won't do it again, I promise. I'll try harder. Don't leave me behind.
Don't grovel. It's unbecoming. We will return with help to control your temper.
How much more can I apologize? I said I'm sorry.
No, Ara. It's just, you need training. What you did to the ship, that scares people.
What sort of training, Father? You look good. How do you feel? There are so many people. And look, it's High Kin Lady Estrie. Why is she here? I bet my parents want me to show off my powers. I thought they were bringing me a teacher or something. Hesitant? I hate this, and they've got something particular they want to see. Would you do me a favor and find out? Mingle among them, eavesdrop. Find out what they've planned for me. I'm not sure yet. They'll probably want another statue raised from the ground. My parents treat that like a party trick, and this is a party after all. But the way they're talking, it sounds more dangerous, and I'm a bit worried, to be honest. You asked me this before, silly. I don't know, but when I think about changing things around me, my thoughts come true. Remember when that merchant ship sank? I'd lifted the ground out of the ocean. I just forgot to lower it again.
Her parents invited me to witness her powers firsthand. She lifted the ground up under my very feet. Her demonstration today will not be one of skill, but of character.
Anda demonstrates amazing potential. Why are we bothering with this girl and her clods of dirt? Anda could melt them with hardly a thought. What do they call her? The Rock Witch? Hilarious. Provincial.
Anda has one of the little beggars in the field, away from the house. Aranias will demonstrate her talents on the other. Her demonstration will determine how we employ her talents.
I'm afraid this one is about to die. I didn't realize how frail Bosmo were. Not this goblin-faced meat-eater, his wife. Wait a minute. You're not with the Heritants?
They took my wife. They will give her to the witch, the Rock Witch. The land will kill her. They said the land...
You killed Anda? That's not supposed to happen. Oh, don't worry. It was an entertaining twist, to be sure. But sadly, as real as it may seem, this is just a story. In real life, you were not there to kill Anda. He has had considerable time to grow in power, and his temper has not gotten any longer, if you understand me. It seems the Veiled Heritants have sent him after Aranias to ensure she kills the Wilder King, or dies if she fails. I met him. He wanted to get into this story, but he wouldn't ask nicely. But there's nothing we can do about that right now. We have a story to finish. Aranias' big moment is about to arrive. You should go to her. In the garden. She's been commanded to kill the wife of this Bosma. You should hurry to her. She faced this alone last time.
This creature is
I must
no
be
different from
cursed.
those who burned your farm.
Please.
Aranias, my child, raise the ground up to trap this animal.
Please let us go.
Aranias, do you remember how helpless you were when your farm burned? Good, good. Now tear this animal apart.
This is my test. If I can take the life of this girl, it means that I am willing to make the necessary sacrifices. What about the Bosma who attacked my island? What were they, Dominion ambassadors? A peace mission? If I refuse to kill this Bosma, then what? I'll be alone again. The Rock Witch of Silitar, a monster for fairy tales. You're here with me now, but what about later? No, that's not it. I must trust myself. Believe I can do what's right. I don't need anyone, you or the Veiled Heritance, to guide me. I am stronger than this. I won't murder an innocent to prove I can, no matter who demands it. The Veiled Heritance won't control my destiny. I will. I can do this, and I shall. No, I won't do it!
You were a fine character, most enjoyable, and it looks like you made quite an impression on Aranias. As one story ends, another reaches its climax. Our little bit of mischief was a success. Because of you, Aranias may very well betray her masters to defend the Wilder King. Truly, I hope we never need change a story so extensively again. Though we spinners can do so, it's usually better to let a tale conclude on its own. Usually. Venturing into the story of Aranias' past has sown the seeds of her transformation, but they have yet to sprout. Even now, she and Ander blaze a trail of destruction toward the Wilder King's throne. Their intention is to destroy him. Preserving his life may be impossible at this point, but you must try. Without him, the Valenwood will rage out of control. The only hope lies with Aranias and with you. Go to Greenheart and follow the trail of fire to the Wilder King's throne.
It's good you're here. With earth magic and fire, Aranias and Ander forced their way towards my throne, leaving chaos in their wake. I've lost control of my guardians. My power fades. I've always wondered what death would be like. Soon, I will know. My end was inevitable all along. Someone new must become caretaker of the Valenwood. Aranias was guided here for this purpose. It's fascinating. In her heart, I think she knows the truth, but she's conflicted. Perhaps it is Ander's influence. I think you should catch up with him. Follow the trail of fire. Aranias must choose to accept the responsibility of her own accord, but Ander will not understand. I expect he will oppose her, and she will need your help to defeat him. Quickly, Aranias wavers. She knows now why she was guided here. Not to destroy the Valenwood, but to save it. She wants to change course, but she's afraid. She's afraid to stand up to Ander. Aranias' powers grow as she draws closer to the throne. She opened the ground here and they entered the throne tunnels. You must follow. You must be there to help Aranias when she decides to make her stand. If Ander kills me before I pass the mantle to Aranias, there will be no caretaker of the Valenwood. The forest would become a voracious monster. It would turn against the Bosmer and ultimately bring about its own destruction. You must stop him.
my way, girl. I have no patience for this.
It's you. From Silitar. My friend. Thank the Eight. You were right about the Veiled Heritance, I'm sure now. They used me as bait to trick the Wilder King, and now Under's going to kill him. I can't let that happen. I have to stop Under. I don't know. But somehow it seems like that's what I was meant to do all along. When he burned the forest, I actually felt its pain. I think I'm connected to this place. I can't fight Onder, though. He's too strong. Will you help me? He's gone ahead. I can travel through the roots to catch up, but you will have to fight your way through. This might help. Use this bundle of roots and you can burrow for short distances. It will at least get you past Onder's fires. I will protect the Wilder King as long as I can, but you must hurry.
Peace, everyone. Will there be no end to these interruptions?
Aranias was guided here to take my place, but I believe you were guided here to assure her ascension. If you had not come, I fear Arndor would have killed us both, leaving the Valenwood wild and vengeful. Many lives would have been lost. Yes, for centuries my sole focus has been shaping and maintaining the Valenwood, protecting it from outside influence and from itself. Now that she has come, I am free to return to the Earth, give back to that which has given so much to me. She is up above. You should go to her. She is frightened of the transformation process, but you must comfort her. This is the natural course of things. It is necessary for her and for the Valenwood, but she must choose it of her own accord.
I'm scared. Shouldn't I be feeling confident? I mean, we defeated Onder. Look at all of this, though. I've worked my magic on small pieces of land in the Somerset Isles, but this is an entire forest, a living forest. Tell me I can do this. I think he was a man too once, the Wilder King. I mean, he was like us, but when he took this on, he became something else. I think he merged with the Valenwood and forgot his previous self entirely. Well, yes. It means that once I accept this responsibility and become Wilder Queen, I'll forget my previous life, my home, my youth, everything. No, but they are my memories, and some of them fond. The ones with you. They seem only partially real, but they're the memories I'll miss most. I have to let go, though. The way I embrace you in my heart, that's how I must embrace the Valenwood. Yes, but I need your help. You must climb the tower further and place the Wilder King's crown in the gardens there. Then you must wait for me. Promise you'll wait. Everything is so very different. It's like I'm no longer a single physical form, but my being is spread out across the forest. Aranias is slipping away. You are my friend, though, whoever I become. Will you stay for just a moment? I am prepared to lose my memories, but I don't want to lose the lessons I've learned. You helped me understand the difference between a foe and a friend. I'm determined not to forget that, nor to forget you. I know why you originally came here, to ask for the Wilder King's allegiance to the Ordinary Dominion, to know the Valenwood was on your side. Would you still make such a request to me now? And I freely give it. On behalf of myself and the Valenwood, you have our allegiance. I only hope Irene realizes that her best ally stands before me now. Before Aranias' memories fade, though, there's something else I must tell you. It's the Veiled Heritons. As you may know, they stole the Staff of Magnus. I know not where they've taken it, but you should search in Woodhearth, to the west. I will open a portal to the western gate of Greenheart. Goodbye, my friend.
The story of the Wilder King has come to an end, and the story of the Wilder Queen has begun. Few Bosmer realize how fragile their relationship with the Valenwood really is, but you and I know. We've seen the sacrifice required to preserve it. Over time, yes. The myriad of sensations and experiences from being connected with the Valenwood will crowd out the small memories from her past. The legacy of her character will remain, though, and will shape the future of the Valenwood. Unfortunately, no. This veiled heritant seems set upon attacking the heart and soul of our people, and that is the Valenwood. I sense that even darker threats are emerging elsewhere. I hope you or someone like you is there to stand in our defense.
One foot after the other and eyes forward, Helwyn. Best not look at what you've left behind. I'm really scared.
can't believe it. He was right again. When will I learn not to wager my gold against Razumdar's instincts? He said you would be coming this way. Is it true, then? Did you persuade the Wilder King to swear loyalty to Queen Irene? The Wilder Queen, eh? Times are changing in Valenwood, aren't they? All this has put the Dominion in a delicate position. I suppose that's why it's so important that we are here. Razumdar sent me here to await your arrival. He wants you to join him as quickly as possible. It seems Vicereeve Peladil came this way after stealing the staff of Magnus. Who can be certain? I suspect he merely seeks to find a ship and flee back to the Somerset Isles. Perhaps he is determined to see Prince Naaman's body laid to rest there. Razumdar has his own suspicions, though, and he seemed quite concerned. He was unwilling to share his suspicions with me. Whatever his instincts may be, though, this time I will wager that he's on the mark. Undoubtedly, Razumdar intends to share his thoughts with you. You'll find him in the Thalmor headquarters.
Please, I need to buy food.
As uncivilized backwaters go, you could do worse than Woodhearth. The Tree Thane is respectable, at least.
Will you hold still? This illusion requires precision, which I cannot achieve with your tail constantly twitching.
Bah! This Thalmor mage will drive Razumdar mad. Stand here, hold this, everything's so exact. This one prefers more flexibility. He is glad another eye is here who understands, because we must move quickly here if we are to protect the Dominion. We must find Peladil, of course. This one tracked his stinking hide here after he stole the staff of Magnus. He's the boss of the Veiled Heritance now, and he has allies here in Woodhearth. Dirty traitors who conspire against Queen Irene. This we do not know yet, but Razumdar has devised the perfect way to flush these rats from their hidey holes. If they had an opportunity to assassinate the Queen, surely they would take advantage of it, yes? No, Razumdar will be the Queen instead, if this mage does his job, of course. We will go soon, so Raz must prepare. Speak to Tree Thane Fariel. She can tell you more about the traitors who are helping Peladil. This one would ask a favor. If the Thalmor mage turns Razumdar into a monkey, you must exact vengeance. Oh, and you would need to track down Peladil on your own. Raz hopes this will not be the case, though. Razumdar thought the Vicereeve was a clawless coward. Always going on with Prince name on this and Prince name on that. So pathetic. But he is more tricky now. All this one knows is that Peladil is near, and that he has the staff of Magnus. Last time this one saw Naaman, he was still quite dead, but Peladil wouldn't drag around the prince's corpse just to make sure he gets a proper burial. Some sort of necromancy must be planned, but why? Naaman can't rule the Dominion if he is undead. You share Razumdar's distaste, yes? We must accept them, though. The Thalmor were sent to Woodhearth when the Dominion was formed. This port is critical for trade, and there is concern it could be a target for enemy spies or for the Maumur. Battle Reeve or Selmo issued the orders, but Queen Irene gave her blessing. She prefers not to send the Thalmor to every city in the Dominion, but in this case, she had little choice. Even Trithain Fariel agrees they are needed. A perfect illusion, he says, to make Razumdar look like Queen Irene. This one prefers a regular disguise, but Trithain Fariel doubts that would suffice. You should speak to her so we can get on with this.
So you're the one who's going to accompany the cat on this square-brained scheme of his. I hope you realize what you're up against. These traitors in our city have sought to stir up rebellion since the day King Camoran joined the Dominion. So you'd think, but we've never caught any of the traitors. They may not actually be Bosmer at all. Our enemies are always one step ahead of us. Roman doesn't want to believe it, but I think it's obvious there's a spy among the Thalmor. No, we've gone to great pains to keep Razumdar's plans secret. The spy must believe that Irene is really here. There have been rumors that the Maumur plan to raid us, so we've put word out that the Queen has come to make sure the city's safe. Yes, mad as the cat may be, his plan might actually work. The story is that the Queen wants to personally investigate the old Imperial underground. You'll escort her there to meet Astaril, a Thalmor officer we suspect may be a spy. Ha! The cat didn't tell you, did he? No, we can't send any guards. We don't know who we can trust. He thinks the two of you can handle it, though. I don't know if I'd call that confidence or foolhardiness, but I hope Bandar is with you either way.
As soon as Xanador gets the spell right and turns your friend into a queen. Assuming this works, you and Razumdar should leave for the Imperial Underground straight away. Oh, here we go now. It's about time.
Very convincing. But is the illusion applied everywhere? Perhaps this one should take a moment in private to double-check, yes?
There were no miscalculations, I assure you. Now excuse me, I must wash the smell of cat from my robes.
Raz looks good in this form, but then Raz always looks good. Queen Irene could maybe learn a thing or two from this one. A fair point. Raz, I will keep that in mind. You have spoken with the Trithain, then? You understand my genius plan, yes? Yes. There we will find out the truth about this Thalmor officer Astaril. She's quite the beauty, I'm told, but traitors are never what they seem, yes? This one is... No. I'm ready when you are. Be ready. This one is counting on you to watch her back. Astril, is that you?
Yes. Come closer, my queen. I have something for you.
What is this?
A gift in memory of Prince Naaman. Vicereeve Peladil sends his regards.
You will die, and the true King of Alinor will rise again.
Well, that hurt. Raz will be fine. A few burns will not kill this one. But for the moment, he thinks you should press on alone. You must catch Asteril and find out where Peladil is hiding. She used some kind of magic to escape, but it was not a portal, so she cannot have gone far. She must still be here, somewhere in these tunnels. Raz heard sounds of fighting. Did you catch up with Asteril? Were you able to question her about Peladil? Dark moons. If Asteril got away, we will have to track her down. And the Veiled Heritance is here? That is troubling. Razumdar suspected a few might have come, but he did not expect them to be here in any numbers. Some of Razumdar's contacts warned him that the Veiled Heritance was not putting all its hopes on Prince Naaman, that they had backup plan. Naaman is dead. This must be backup plan. Possibly. If they cannot rule the Dominion, perhaps they would destroy it by attacking Valenwood. But Raz would not have thought the Heritance could muster enough manpower. Let us go. We must tell Trithain Fariel what we have learned.
If what Razumdar says is true, the city of Woodhearth owes you a debt. Of course, if the city's attacked and destroyed, that won't be worth much. Maybe we can prevent that. The cat said you found orders from Vicereeve Peladil. Can I see them? Damn! This proves that Peladil is planning something here. Something even bigger than killing the Queen. I'm glad you brought it to light. I just hope it's not too late for us to do something about it. There's something about Peladil's orders. The reference to Astral seems strange, and a Roman still refuses to believe she betrayed us. Either way, Astral's the key to unraveling this mess. We need to question her and find out what she knows. Well, if she hasn't realized we're onto her, we might be able to catch her by surprise. She might be down at the Thalmor residence right now. I assume a Roman will want to be there when you confront her. The three of you should go quickly, though. Even if Astral's fled the city, you might be able to find some clues about Peladil's plans in her quarters. Let's hope you find something, because otherwise we don't have much to go on. Not much, really. I heard he just followed Prince Naaman around like a little lost puppy. Now he runs off with Naaman's body, steals the Staff of Magnus, and takes charge of the Veld Inheritance. It seems this puppy might have a bite after all.
This is preposterous. Astral has risked her life for the Dominion more times than I can count. She is one of my best officers. I refuse to believe this irresponsible slander until I have spoken with her myself. You must understand, one doesn't become a Thalmor agent until their loyalty is proven beyond question. If Astral confesses, or if we find substantial proof, I will admit I was wrong. Until then, I remain extremely skeptical. This is Thalmor business, and I am going to the Thalmor residence to confront Astral myself. You are welcome to accompany me if you choose.
You aided Queen Irene in her ratification, correct? You do look like someone to know.
You see? It's clear that Astral has been dead for some time, so she cannot have been the one you saw in the Imperial tunnels. I told you, say what you will about the Thalmor, but we do not have traitors in our midst. Her death troubles me greatly, but the integrity of the Thalmor is of greater concern, and I am pleased to be proven right in that respect. With that concern behind us, we can finally start searching for the true source of this treachery. Undoubtedly, it was the same person that assumed her likeness and attempted to assassinate the Queen, Razumdar. Speaking of the cat, it seems he may have found something.
There could be some useful evidence down here. Let us look closely before moving on. Asteril had a sister? A twin, perhaps? That would explain much. Raz suspects these tunnels will reveal the rest.
Oh, perfect. My favorite people. The very faces of my failure. And now you've tracked me down just to watch me die? You're just like my sister and the rest of the Thalmor. No sympathy whatsoever. Funny you should ask. I was wondering the same thing. Then I realized he lured me here so his assassins could kill me. This is my reward for my loyal service. A blade in my gut, and a nice cold tomb. Planning? Oh, he's well past that point. As we speak, his armies are storming the shore, up at Seaside Sanctuary. Once they've got a foothold there, they'll conquer all of Valenwood. And there's not a damn thing you can do about it. Of course not. They're just one prong of the mighty trident with which Peladil will smite the Dominion. He signed a treaty with the Malma, and with the staff of Magnus he's going to raise an army of undead. Yes, your days are numbered, all right. It's simple enough. The Sea Elves have always coveted these shores. If they help Peladil dismantle the Dominion, he's agreed to give them Valenwood. It's not like these damn Bosma have done anything other than cause us trouble. You mean elsewhere? Far as I know, Peladil doesn't even care. He just wants the Somerset Isles. I don't even think he wants to rule them himself. As long as they're ruled by someone other than Naaman's sister. Of course. Who better to lead an undead army than an undead prince? And if Peladil brings him back, Naaman will be bound by the Vicereeve's will. And no longer will Peladil need to worry about the prince making bad decisions. Ha! Peladil says he's under no illusions about that fact. But he still gets rather glossy-eyed when speaking about Naaman. I suspect he still harbors some hope that the prince will play a role in the future he has envisioned. Irene is a false queen. And the Aldmeri Dominion is a pathetic joke. Nothing can change that fact, even Peladil turning on me. I'd gladly sacrifice my life to bring about the Dominion's downfall. It means my life was worth something. Having her as a twin was torture. While she climbed the ranks of the Thalmor, I was perceived as a failure. When Peladil recruited me, it was my turn to shine. I have no regrets. In the end, Asterel and I both lost our lives for the cause. Just leave me to die. I wouldn't accept your help, and you'd be better off not offering. It's too late. He can't be stopped.
Razumdar explained how we were fooled by Lauril. I wish I had time to show proper gratitude, but he also told me that an army of Mauamur, led by Vicereeve Peladil, is making landing on our shores. Is this true? Damn. Honestly, I rather hoped he misheard. I suppose that's rarely the case. Very well then. I will muster the city's defenses, but there is only so much we can do. I'm certainly glad you're here. You and Razumdar may be our best hope. You should get to Seaside Sanctuary as soon as possible. If we strike the Mauamur hard enough there, we might be able to drive them back out to sea before they get a foothold on the shore. I'll send anyone I can spare, but the city comes first. There is an outpost at the sanctuary with a few soldiers, if it hasn't been overrun. Go through the Serpent's Grotto and look for Major Serenway. She's the commanding officer.
I swear, Zoxus himself has it in for me, or this is his idea of a joke. I've been complaining about how serving in the Guard is a waste of my abilities, and now we're in a crisis that demands my skills, and I'm woefully out of my depth. The damn seals are attacking, both the sanctuary and the grotto. They must have known about this place. A massive sea serpent has been bound here for centuries in the pool above us, and now a Marama mage has broken the seals holding it. I don't know. All I've been able to decipher is the seals were created with blood magic. If you kill the Marama and infuse this blood rune with life energy, you might be able to repair the seals. But there's more to it. I need to keep reading. If this works, I'll owe the gods an apology. Fill the blood rune and then use it on the 3 seals. After that, we'll have to deal with the binding pool. Hopefully, I'll have figured this out by then. I'll meet you up at the gate to the pool. Ask then, but be quick. If that serpent gets free, it'll destroy everything on the western shore of Valenwood, including Woodhearth. The seals are actually small pools of water. Elaine, Ralos, and Valir. They're named after those who sacrificed their lives to bind the serpent. That's all I know. Don't know how the mage broke them, or if the blood rune can really repair them. From what I've read, it sounds like that might not be possible. This is no ordinary sea serpent. The text refers to it as the Great Serpent. I don't know what that means, but apparently binding it here was the only way to stop it. I only know that he's very powerful. When our scouts approached him, he burnt them to cinders with the flick of his wrist. I suspect he also knew about this place beforehand, and he probably studied up on the seals, and on the serpent. Again, I'm only guessing here, but I read that the Marama were once able to command such creatures. It scares the oblivion out of me to even consider it, but what if their mages have rediscovered such magic? You mean, did I just happen to be carrying one around? No. I found it with this text, and I'm proud to say I actually knew what it was. I've read a good bit about blood runes. Kind of a morbid fascination, I suppose. believe it! Did you see that? The Marama mage had activated the barrier on this door to block us from getting to the binding pool, but I figured out how to break it. What about you, though? Did you repair the seals? We have to go out to the binding pool and channel the energy to rebind the serpent. I've read everything I can, but this is old, wild magic. I don't know if I can do this. And if the Marama mage is out there, well, I certainly can't defeat him. All right. If this works and you are able to defeat the Marama mage, I'll need you to do one more thing. When I say the word, use the blood rune to activate the final seal. That's it. All right. We can do this. Yes. All right. Let's go! Ifrit's bones! What in oblivion is he doing? We have to stop him! Hurry! Saint sweet mercy! We did it! The serpent's bound again! First off, I have to say I'm sorry to the gods for ever doubting them. Second, I promise I will never say that guard duty is beneath my abilities again. Never! I think I've done all I can. You're pretty tough. Tougher than me, at least. You may be ready for the next fight, but I'm gonna need a few minutes. Go on, though. With you on our side, this whole Marama thing will be over quick, I imagine. You know, at first, this wild magic and the seals here seemed completely incomprehensible, but I think I understand how it works now. In fact, I think I'll poke around here for a little bit before I leave.
Stay vigilant. Packed soldiers were seen on this road only recently. Wherever they are, Aldolan can't be far.
That's all we can do for now.
The hour of our glory is nigh. Razumdar forewarned me of your coming, and I have considered our circumstances carefully in light of that. I have the utmost faith in your capabilities, and I am confident that your arrival is an augur of our victory. Indeed. We have fought alongside many of the same soldiers, and word travels quickly when it involves heroics such as those attributed to you. I have anticipated the chance to meet you in person, and I am pleased the opportunity has finally arrived. This, my friend, is the calm before the storm. Our storm. The Maormer believe that holding hostages will prevent us from taking action, but we will not allow such cowardice to determine our course. We will act, and we will act decisively. We charge into their encampment, rescue the hostages, and slaughter their commanders. This full scout we captured gave us their locations. You and Razumdar shall spearhead our attack. One of you to handle the hostages, the other on the commanders. More brave soldiers arrive soon from Marbrook. We will rally them here and prepare to launch a full-scale attack. When your task is done, like the beacon in the lighthouse, that will be our signal to charge in and drive the bastards back to the sea. Olmian, Mayritel, and Bashira, all very influential in their own way. We need to ensure they're freed before we launch a full-scale attack. Husband of the Tree Thane of Woodhearth, Fariel. As good a fighter and tracker as any Wood Elf I've known. Just shows how Paladel caught even the best of us off guard. A respected noble from Somerset. She was on her way to Eldenroot to meet with the Thalmor. You might imagine the problems it would cause if something happened to her. Around here, they call him the Fat Cat. Wealthiest merchant in Woodhearth. But don't think his influence is limited to the city. Money moves, you know. More brave soldiers arrive soon from Marbrook. We will rally them here and prepare to launch a full-scale attack. When your task is done, like the beacon in the lighthouse, that will be our signal to charge in and drive the bastards back to the sea. He's a prisoner of war, so he'll be treated accordingly, of course. Unless he tries to escape, in which case we'll bury him neck deep on the beach at low tide and let the sea decide his fate. Olmian, Mayritel, and Bashira, all very influential in their own way.
Time to do what we do best, yes? This should be fun. Excellent. Many opportunities for heroism, adventure, and thrilling tales after the fact. So, my friend, what will it be? Will you tend to the hostages, or take out their commanders? Ha! Dirty hands for dirty work. Raz will see to our captive friends then. Stay out of sight if you can, or grab Larnill's armor. It's not fashionable, but you'll at least blend in. Always. Raz will see you at the lighthouse when our tasks are completed. Bright moons guide your steps.
God's mercy. What's going on? Why don't you just kill me? To let me linger like this, it's wrong. Wait, you're not one of them, are you? Where in oblivion am I? Who are you? Vice-Reeve Peladil, that monstrous bastard. He captured us in Woodhearth and brought us here for some evil ritual. He bled us, mutilated us. He ripped out our eyes. Gods, do I even look normal anymore? No, I'm not all right. I'm dying. And it's just as well. It was that bitch, Asteril's sister. She pretended to be Asteril and ordered us into the Imperial Underground. Then the Veiled Heritants ambushed us. They needed sacrifices for the ritual. They were raising Prince Naaman from the dead, bringing him back and imbuing him with some terrible power. Peladil kept talking about how the prince would lead an undead army, but I don't think it worked out the way he hoped. When Naaman came back, he wasn't the same. Sounded like some evil spirit was speaking through him. He spat in Peladil's face. Then he just left. Peladil was furious. He stormed out a little later. That's all I was able to hear. No. My eyes are gone. I'm probably scarred all over my body. Please, I just want to die. All I ask, just make them pay for this.
Send another score and I will smite them just the same. I could cut down sea vipers all day long. Well done, my friend. We'll have the sanctuary back under control quickly now, but we can't stop here. The battle's only just begun. So I had hoped. But it seems Vice-Reeve Peladil has taken to sea even before we arrived. I suspect he may attempt to flee when he realizes his forces have lost the shore. That's why you must go after him. You must ensure Paladil does not escape. Captain Jimala and her crew have retaken the Prowler, and she says the ship's fit for action. They're ready to set sail as soon as you get on board. May the winds be at your back, my friend, and may Paladil fall quickly to your strength.
There you are. Impressive work back there. The Marmor didn't know what hit them when our forces stormed in, and I've got my ship back. Of course, the Prowler's been sitting at dock too long. She's ready to pounce on that bastard Paladil as soon as we catch him. And catch him soon we will. You have the captain's word on it. There you are. Of course. Good. The sooner we're underway, the sooner we can catch Paladil. Raise anchor.
The battle's on! Hurry! They need you topside!
my vengeance! Demon has the staff of Magnus. Nothing you can do will stop him.
You saved the day!
You made it. I was beginning to have my doubts, but I trust that the Viceroy will no longer be a threat. Then this is cause for celebration. Let us return to the shore and share the good news with Major Sirenwe. Are you ready to return? By Joan and Jode, I wasn't sure if we make it out of that one, but you never cease to impress. Things are always exciting when you're around, it seems. No, I will stay aboard the Prowler. I miss her greatly when we are apart, so I will celebrate our victory here on deck with my crew and several bottles of moon sugar double rum. You go on. Savor this victory. You certainly earned it. We've got some repairs to do on the Prowler, but maybe we'll sail together again soon. Until then, stay safe.